G'day, Out and About with Dave again, and I'm working for George 4x4 and his recovery gear, and we're putting together those videos that you've seen probably before on using the recovery gear and getting yourself out of strife. Well, I've come here to film something. I've simply reversed into this mud hole and I am stuck. So join with me as we try and get out of this situation. What we're going to do today is a two-line pull, and I'm glad we staged a two-line pull for this because, as I say, I'm stuck. I'm in the mud. I've got a little bit of a rise up on this side here, so we're lifting the car up onto that, and a two-line pull would be a good step for something like this, just to take the strain out of the winch and get us out easily. So I've touched on the winch, I've touched on mud, and I've touched on terrain and that sort of stuff in the earlier videos. One might have touched on the second part about the single line pull, but today we're going to do a double line pull. Now it's different in that the winch is going to go up to the trees back there. It's going to come back and back onto the car. We're going to use some equalizer straps, so we're going to need some shackles underneath. We're going to use a pulley block down that end or a ring pulley. Okay, we've got a choice on this one, so let's see how we go. All right, so join me. I'm going to crawl around underneath here and we're going to put some shackles on the front of the car on the recovery points. You should have rated recovery points. My recovery points are, let me just check again what they are. Their working load is 5,000 kilograms, so they're 5 tons each side. So effectively the car could weigh 10 tons and it'd be okay with those recovery points. Anyway, 5,000 is enough and we're going to get into that. 5.4 ton winch again, 12,000 pounds, and we're going to use some ropes. So the ropes are a lot stronger than the winch and that's our weakest link, but we're going to need a two-line pull, so that's compensating for that, as I've said earlier in earlier videos. Let's go. Okay, so I'm down here on a bit of a precarious angle, but I've got my shackles, 3.2 ton. I've got my recovery points, and I've got my equalizer, winch extension strap, tree protector, has a couple of purposes, and this one is rated at 14,000 kilograms, so 14 ton. Again, because it's doubled up, we've got heaps of room there in lifting and pulling out a 3.2 ton car. So we put the shackle on, tighten it up. Once you get to the end, don't over tighten it, but you release it back half a turn, okay? Because when you put the load on it, you want to be able to get it off. All right? Same again on this side. Shackle through, the equalizer strap, and simply bolt it onto the recovery point. Half a turn back, just to make sure it's loose when we want to pull it off. Okay, so that's our equalizer strap set up there, ready to go. I like to use around 3.5, 4 meters, 5 meter even equalizer, and that way your angles at this point here, if you keep it to 30 degrees, keep that angle to 30 degrees, the load is shared better. If you go longer, it's all good because it's still shared between the two, but if you go too short and the angle is more straighter, you end up putting too much load on both and also on the chassis itself. So that's there ready to go. Next up, I'll pull the winch out and we'll take it off to the tree I've selected. As I mentioned in an earlier video, it's good to get a lot of the rope off the spool. That way you're using different circumference of the spool and getting more pull out of the winch. So this tree is a little way away. We may have to use a winch extension strap on it. So there's our black cover over the rope there, indicating I've reached the end of that line. So I'll wind some of that back in. As I showed you before in an earlier video, I'm going to put a tree protector on this tree now, and this time we're using a George's four-wheel drive again, but this one is a 5,500 kilogram. So again, we've got the capacity in this one to run this job. Being a little bit longer, this is going to act well for our winch extension strap as well. So when it comes to using the pulley now to get our double line pull, we have a couple of options. We've got a ring pulley there, or we have a pulley block, so a metal one. What you do is you put it through there like that, put it on the reel, on the pulley, close it up, and you can shackle that to that there. I'm not going to put a shackle on this one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use the ring pulley instead. So we'll put that on there, and then we're going to feed this through here, through the ring pulley, like we did in the earlier videos. And we're going to feed it through this, through the tree protector. Again, I showed you the technique in the earlier video, so go back and watch it if you haven't seen it or you've forgotten. And there you are there, that pulley is ready to go. We're still not connected yet at the car, so the line is still safe. Now because I'm doing this by myself, I just need to come back and check this pulley is going to be right when we start winching it in. Otherwise someone would stand here and just make sure everything's travelling okay. Okay, so at this end now, the winch end, we have our winch hook, and we're going to put our soft shackle through there. It's got a nice little radius on here, so it's nice and safe. And this soft shackle is rated 13,000 kilograms, 13 tons, so again we're safe. Now I'm going to hook this on here, and the minute I do, this cable is now live. Cable's now live. I'm going to pull that through like that. Okay, there we have it. That's nice and choked there, as I've showed you earlier. That's fine. All we're going to do now is pull in that slack. Okay, so I've taken up the slack there now, and we've got our dampeners on, our air brakes, and we're ready to go forward. As I said before, the cable's live, and we keep people away 1.5 times that distance. So the winch extension strap tree protector I put on has worked fine. The equalizer is working fine. We're ready to go. Let's not walk over that, eh? And I'm not going to go around the back in the mud. So I'll do the right thing. Go around the tree. So again, handbrake off, neutral, engine's running to charge the battery while it's being drained by the winch. And here we go. For every metre we wind it in, we only go 50 centimetres, half a metre, because we're on a 2-line pull. Now we're pulling up over that little lump there now, and the tyres are coming out of the mud, slowly. And of course having the engine running allows me to steer the vehicle at the same time because of the power steering in the car. And because I'm in 4-wheel drive and I know the front wheels are nice and high and dry, I'm just going to give a little bit of power because I want to get the back wheels over that small rise. I'm out of the mud. That was fun. Did have me worry a little bit. There's a few grey clouds around and we're out of there, but I will make this safe now so just so I can talk. Cable is now safe. So I didn't really talk to you before about the soft shackle and the ring pulley arrangement. So quite simply, the ring pulley goes hand in hand with the soft shackle. It's nothing more than, well it is, it's pretty special, alloy cut. It's got soft on the inside there on that radius, so it's not damaging the soft shackle, and it's round and curved on that side for the winch rope. When you slip this through here, through the ring pulley, it's all protected by the nylon, things like that, and the soft shackle goes through the winch extension or the tree protector, holds it like that, nice and choked, and that's how it travels. This spins freely with the winch rope. Now if it doesn't spin for some reason, because there's bugger all friction there, if it doesn't spin, then the winch rope will still slide through that groove quite okay. No dramas. You do have to be careful, I suppose, for long pulls about heating up. And when you cool the winch down, that gives this a chance to breathe as well. Perhaps just keep an eye on it. Again, watch for wear and tear everywhere you're using these things, and upgrade your equipment when you need to. So if you're doing travels, it's handy to have this stuff in your gear. If you're not going to do trips like this, but you want to go somewhere, I'd suggest still investing in 1, 2 of these. Birthdays, special anniversaries, Christmas, Easter, whatever, just to make sure that you've got it if you need it. If you get into that situation, wow, there's a great camping spot over there, I'm off, and you might need it, okay? So that's a 2-line pull to get you out of the mud, as I spoke about earlier on. You're going up a slight rise and things like that. A single line pull will have difficulty, especially with the winch. You just got to look after that winch. Okay? Safe travels. Give me a yell if you need to. Look us up, Out and About with Dave. Give Tony a ring on George's 4x4. So that's www.george4x4.com.au. Give him a ring. He's down at Acacia Ridge in the Brisbane area of southeast Queensland. So, safe travels, as I say, have fun, and have a look at what you need and what you might need. Okay? See you around. Now to tidy all this up,